Yes, it's been more than 9 long months that Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore have been stranded, but they're finally coming home. The two US astronauts were stuck on the International Space Station due to a series of launch delays. As it seems, the third attempt is truly a charm. SpaceX has launched its Crew 10 mission in order to bring relief to the two stranded astronauts. Keep your eyes glued to the screen for every detail of this mission. Yes, the Falcon 9 rocket that has successfully launched from Kennedy Space Center in Florida, carrying 4 astronauts to the International Space Station. On board are NASA's Nicole Ayers and Annie McClennan, Roscosmos astronaut Kirill Peskov, and Japan's Takuya Onishi. The mission is part of a routine ISS staff rotation. If all goes as planned, the Dragon capsule will dock at the ISS tomorrow night at 11:30 p.m. EDT. And we now have with us former ISRO scientist Manish Purohit to give his expert insights on the Crew 10 rescue mission. Manish, thank you for speaking to Republic. I firstly want to understand from you your hopes on whether Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore will finally come back. Is this a robust mission in place?
Yeah, actually, SpaceX has done this maybe around 20 times. They have taken 20 trips to International Space Station, and this is the 10th time the crew is flying on the NASA mission on SpaceX Dragon. So it's like a routine kind of a job for SpaceX, and Dragon has been a very robust and very trustworthy vehicle for carrying crews to the space station and bring them back safely on Earth. So probably there won't be no more hiccups and glitches.
What do you think are the big challenges in this mission, and is there a reason that even Russian and Japanese astronauts have been onboarded?
Yeah, actually, if you talk about the Russian cosmonauts and Japanese astronauts, it's like a kind of a collaborative effort. International Space Station is a collaborative effort, and it's like, just you have mentioned, it's just a batch is going up there, then they are about to come back, the next crew has to go up. So it's a routine job kind of a stuff. So nothing very specific about why these guys are going from Russia and Japan. It's just like how they are selecting and what are the tasks they're supposed to do. The thing is, the most crucial part is when we talk about docking, undocking, returning back, and re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. So let's break the whole program in few phases. We had Falcon 9 liftoff, that was perfectly fine. Right now, the Dragon is in the orbit, and after 28.5 hours from the liftoff, it will be docking. Maybe we can talk about the time will be early morning in India. Early morning, maybe around 9:30 or 10 a.m. They will be docking to International Space Station, and then there will be second phase. That will be making the Dragon part of International Space Station. So there will be some procedures that will take some time, few hours actually. Then the crew will move from the Dragon into the International Space Station. Then there will be transfer of responsibilities, and Crew 9 will be relieved. Crew 10 will take in their positions. Crew 9, then they will get into their spacesuits, board their Crew 9 Dragon crew module, and then they will start their downward journey towards the Earth. That program alone will take around 5 to 6 hours when they will get into the Dragon and when they will undock from International Space Station. After that, for around 90 minutes, they will be firing their thrusters to move away from International Space Station. Then they will do the deorbiting burn, and when everything will be perfectly fine, they will attempt the re-entry and splash down probably into the Gulf of Mexico or Pacific.
Right, but it has been more than 9 months. Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore have put up a brave face, but one can only imagine that it is human to feel weak sometimes. How would you describe these last 9 months for them? Should they have been rescued earlier? We've heard Trump's statement. And how how will homecoming probably turn out?
Okay, see, the thing is, this could have been done earlier for sure. There is no doubt about that. The Crew 10 module that is flying now could have traveled a bit earlier, because Dragon is a very prominent and very trustworthy vehicle, as I already mentioned. Now, the thing is, Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore, they got stuck on International Space Station because their vehicle had some issues. I'm talking about the Boeing Starliner. So Boeing Starliner was not capable enough, that's what NASA thought, to bring the astronauts back safely. So they got the Starliner back empty, nothing in it. And actually, when we talk about astronauts traveling in a particular vehicle, there is one peculiar aspect of it, that is the space suits that astronauts wear while traveling to International Space Station. They are specifically designed for the crew module that they are going in. Means the space suit that they were wearing in Boeing Starliner, that might not fit well with the technology that is inside the SpaceX module. So that was one scenario that was taken care of. And how they did that? There was one extra space suit on International Space Station, and luckily Sunita Williams got the perfect fit into it, and one extra space suit was flown to the International Space Station for Butch Wilmore. So Crew 9 was planned that 2 astronauts will fly. They are probably, it's usually a batch of 4, but it was decided that only 2 will fly and 2 seats will be kept vacant, because on returning, these 2 astronauts will be occupying those 2 seats. So technology wise and possibility wise could have been done earlier. Now if we talk about the human weakness, that's in the uncertainty, because the problem was there was an uncertainty of the date. No one was committing. See, actually, let's say even if you and me are in such a situation and we don't know when that will happen, it will happen for sure. But when that will happen, that's the psychological stress. That is something that is a bigger burden, not the possibility of whether technology has that capability, well, whether they will be able to bring.
And we are hoping that this will mark the homecoming for Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore. I want to thank you for explaining all the technicalities to us.